Welcome to an election night version of End the Simpademic. This is Jason coming at you. Yes, I did vote, as a matter of fact, and I am going to also announce that this is a two-parter that we've got here. And this is going to be, the two parts are going to be, what is a high-value man, what is a high-value woman, and I'm going to be going in that particular order. And so getting into the high-value man, what is a high-value man? It's not necessarily what women think a high-value man really is. A high-value man, to a lot of women, is somebody who's rich, who's wealthy, who's 6 feet tall, and is all of those things, superficial things that they look for in certain men. They have to be dashingly handsome, again, 6 feet tall, six-pack abs, making at least six figures, if not more. That's a lot of their interpretation of what a high-value man is. But I'll tell you what it really is. A high-value man is somebody who is not influenced by others heavily. They are somebody who is willing to take a stand and has their own convictions and a belief system that they don't waver from. They're also going to be somebody that is insisting on a woman who makes them better and he can make her better. The better together that I always refer to when I'm thinking of who my future woman will be like. A high-value man is somebody who obviously takes care of himself, and I like to think that I meet part of that qualification in that I live in my own, I have my own place, and I take care of everything for myself and have a few bucks left over for some fun things. And that, in my estimation, is what a high-value man really is. And I mean, yeah, they have, they make a good income, but a high-value man is not all about the money. It's about conviction. It's about being able to stand not only on their own 2 feet, but to be able to stand against opposition and criticism, or people who don't meet their particular value system. And a real high-value man is going to stand tall, even in the face of a storm or opposition. That's the type of man that a single woman should be looking for. And so that is the high-value man. I'll tell you what a high-value man is not. Obviously, they're not a simp. They're not somebody who's going to be simping for women or groveling for women or putting them on pedestals or giving them excessive attention. Sorry, my nose itches. But not going to be a man who needs a woman for validation and is not seeking to validate women themselves. Unfortunately, the simp is the exact opposite of that. They're somebody who prioritizes and absolutely is just desperate for a relationship. A high-value man doesn't necessarily need a relationship. They will want one, but they will not need one. And so anyway, that is, when I'm talking about ending the Simpademic, these are the men who need to change their attitude and viewpoint and make themselves a high-value man and not the low-level grovelers that they are today. So very, very simply, a simp is not a high-value man. They are a very low-value man. They will never be respected by women. And if you're not going to be respected by women, they're probably not going to love you either. And so, for lack of a better terminology, they're not a simp. They are somebody who is the exact opposite of one. Valuing themselves, valuing their own personal belief systems, valuing themselves. And monetarily standing on their own. And somebody who may not necessarily be rich or wealthy, but a high-value man will likely be able to tandem with an equally financially blessed woman, and those two and the two in this case add up greater than the sum of their parts, and they can build something pretty darn amazing. I've just seen it so many times where the average, or maybe slightly above average, man and woman financially pull it together and they build something great. So I dream of finding that person someday and being able to. I live in a lakefront town, well outside of the two downtowns in Minnesota, and I see a lot of houses and I see the future. I hope I'm that kind of high value man. I try to be, and that's my aim. And so I will stop at that. And that's probably all I need to say about being a high value man. Tomorrow I'll be back with what is a high value woman. Hint, I have several of them around me. Appreciate them very much. But again, they appreciate themselves and don't necessarily chase, women simps don't really exist, although some of them do, I will say. But so tomorrow is what is a high value woman, and I will be back tomorrow night, Wednesday night, hump day, for that. Any comments about that you want to add on or anything, would appreciate that in the comment section. But anyway, this is Jason signing off for an election night and the Simpademic.